All right, we're back in order. We've temporarily tabled planning and zoning until tomorrow when we can meet with P and Z administrator, current administrator. So we will move on to the next one in numerical order, motor vehicle. We've only got 15 minutes, and so there's not really time to go get the assessor, but let's go through this and see what questions we can form, and then we can ask him to come into our meeting tomorrow. Starting with the salaries. To me, it looks like we had more than a 5% increase for the deputies. And I don't know if that's I'm just estimating off the top of my head, so.
Yeah, we got about between Tammy and, the 5%. Tammy's figuring the 5%, it's about $1,000.
Yeah. And the department was about 2,000.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that one's gonna drop, but I'm still curious as to why it had an extra
$2,000.
$2,000.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep. I agree.
You following what I'm?
Yeah.
The medical,
Looking at-
So we're from
Oh, from
72 to
70.
77, and that's not 5%.
No,
Neither is that. Oh, 75 would have been 5%. So there's some extra money right there for some reason.
and same way with medical insurance, we're only at 58%.
And I thought that was a change of staff.
Because
but-
we did see a change in staff, because actually last year was 90, the budget amount was 72, so yeah, you're probably correct. They probably didn't adjust it from last year.
So they may have a couple step increases in that 77. That may be
Mhm.
why it's not 5%. And that may be their matrix. But,
Okay.
yeah,
is there any other questions on the salary or benefits?
No.
It dropped overall. Travel, same. Office supplies stayed the same. Copier and fax stayed the same. They added in a small fuel budget of $75.
Mhm.
The budget officer raised telephone, and this is why I'm confused. And I think why is because they spent 266% this year. But I don't understand why their phone bill has gone from a traditional $300 to $800.
I don't know either, because usually voice over internet is supposed to be cheaper. I know for our office down there, we went from about $1,200 a month down to about maybe $200 or $300 a month.
And it's only been some departments. Some departments' phone use is way up when and others are not. So I guess I have a question for the budget officer. If we've gone from spending 300, 200 to 790, and why budget 1,100?
Okay.
Is that a fair question?
yeah.
0461 0000.
Um,
Yeah, because aren't they're, we don't really have phone lines anymore, right? It's all voice over internet. Because if the internet's out, then we don't have phones, right?
No.
And so it's
So
all,
it's all voids.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're all landline stuff.
Does anybody know what administration costs are? Because we never show any actual.
Okay. Are those the ones that get paid to
And this
the
office,
clerk's office for doing all the payrolls and stuff for the departments and,
Yeah.
each, there should be administration costs for all of us.
Yeah.
Majority
I'm
of
just-
the funds.
Why wouldn't there ever be an actual?
because they probably didn't collect it. Or did they?
You know what I'm saying?
Why isn't the actual,
Why wouldn't the actual?
even
show
if at the end of the year, I think what they do is journal entry them over rather than, but, it should show,
Just a question.
maybe because I wasn't, I don't know how she, I'm not sure how she inputs those numbers. But if it was journaled entry over, it should show that it was paid out.
Major drop in postage. Everybody else has had to go up. They're dropping almost $2,000 for postage.
I wonder if all the online,
Is taking over
emails
that.
and stuff
I bet you're right.
to the vehicle,
Okay.
but that's strictly with the state when you do it online.
And then office equipment went from 500% increase, even though historically we've been spending $100, $70.
Yeah.
So
Sure, why they need 1,000 now.
there must be a certain piece of equipment, but that's a question for Jerry, I guess.
Mhm.
So should we ask Jerry to,
Yes, it's-
if he can answer that one? And
Yeah.
if that's the only question we have for him, then I'll just,
Well, we got appraisals coming up too, so
so we may have
we may
more
have a
than
couple.
one. Good point. Okay, so overall, the budget dropped from last year.
Mhm.
Any questions or comments? Any public comment?
Yeah, just one comment. Tracy saying about the journal entry and not being on the sheet, money being spent. It needs to, I mean, my opinion, it needs to be on the sheet, because I request these sheets in November for September 30th. And if it's on a journal entry and not in these sheets, it looks like there's a heck of a lot more money left over than there
Yeah,
is.
it needs to show that we did expend it out.
Show that it was spent.
Mhm.
And just like the fuel for these departments, it needs to be on here because that's what I go off of.
Then it also updates your ending percentage of what was spent. That throws that off completely if you don't.
Everything clean.
Yep.
It doesn't work very well to not.
Yeah, that doesn't show. I've got it here to question.
Okay.
All right. No further comments on that one. We can move on. And then we'll see if we have some more questions for Jerry. We have public defender budget. Very straightforward. Budget didn't change. We're right on budget this year, 82%. It's 01-31.
Mhm.
Nothing has changed. Didn't you do this one?
Catch up. Reading those still. Public defender?
Anyone know about it?
Did you
Okay.
do that budget? Was this your creation?
The budget officer reduced it
I
to
don't think
6,000.
so.
I think that looks more,
Because of, these fees are gonna be going through the state.
yeah.
Our public defender program is going to be changing.
Okay. Anybody have any questions on that?
No.
Nope.
Any questions, Matt, on public defender?
No.
Okay. That would then take us to community projects. I still got about 6 minutes. Senior citizens stayed the same. Swimming pools stayed the same. Community special projects, same. Chamber, same. Silver Valley Economic Development, same. Silver Bus Express,
There's the KC Water. So,
and there's the KC Water Soil.
Yep.
And yet it shows up here as if it's never been budgeted for in the past.
well, we had, they were supposed to bill us.
These are
And
the
they
ones that
didn't bill
haven't
us.
been billing,
That's right.
and so they
Now
finally
they are.
did.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, those are
See,
the
and I
ones
paid
that,
it.
Now, they asked for 3.
And now they're asking for 5 now.
They are the budget officer.
They are. Cause I think they upped it. Cause they were asking for 3 last year, and now they're gonna ask for 5. I believe that's what I understood from Tammy.
That's not what I understood from talking to one of them.
I'm gonna, look that one up.
Okay,
Uh,
and I'm gonna
because-
call my contact on that district and ask him.
Is that the one that,
Don.
John, yes,
Groff.
thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, John Groff.
I'll ask him if he
Okay.
knows anything about that. He texted me this morning, so. That's the only increase in the whole
Mm-hmm.
budget, and I think we should clarify if it's really an increase or not.
In the same as this one, we like the Silver Express, we should.
Yeah,
do
there's-
the actual, cause I know they've been expended out, right?
I don't know.
So it doesn't look
Which
like
one?
we,
The
Silver
express bus?
Express
Yeah.
bus.
or was this just this year?
Well, that's last year's budget, 25,000.
Yeah, so it doesn't show that we've spent it yet.
I don't know if they bill at the end of the year or what.
Okay.
But we don't have any history there, so we don't know. Any questions on community projects?
No.
You can tell the ones he's already,
He was the one.
he's saving it for the big ones. Data processing, probably the last one we're gonna do today. And it's the last one out of current expense. I think that's true. I'm not sure. Data processing 1-41.
Internet expense, we've only expended 31% this year.
And yet they
72.
jumped the budget up to 72.
Who worked on this one?
I don't know. Can you
I
tell?
think Tammy works with BJ on this.
I can see the hardware
Internet.
maintenance.
Adjust closer to actual.
I think internet expense. I don't understand the 18% increase or so there.
And we've only spent a maximum.
We've been spending 221. We've never spent more than 2,500 bucks.
No.
Okay, so who wants to ask? Is this Tammy or BJ? Do we ask?
I'll start with Tammy.
Okay, would you ask what would drive
This
internet
is her writing, so.
to go up? Much higher than we've ever spent.
Now I can see hardware. I can see hardware maintenance. That's our routers and all that keeps everything online. I can see keeping what they have there. They went down a little bit, but that's maintenance, and that's something that,
But look at
I would think.
software maintenance.
yeah, software, we're tracking good with that one.
Yeah, but we just upped the budget from
Yeah.
60 to 76.
Yeah, you're right. One's at about 20,000.
So would you mind asking on that too?
On that computer operations.
Software maintenance.
Oh, software
About
maintenance.
16 grand is what.
It's a $16,000 increase on something that we've never spent more than 51 on.
Yeah, if it is to do with any of our new
It
programs or
could
what.
be, or yeah, maybe computer arts or, what's driving that, but I'd want to know before we approved it.
Computer operations, the same.
It's up $3,000, $4,000, 3,600 or so.
We've only spent 59.
Spent
We're up
50.
90. We went up.
So
Actual, last year we spent 95.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
we did on computer operations.
2000.
Oh, in 22.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Last
that's
year
what
they
was-
spent 59.
Yeah.
So let's see here.
Okay,
as of 7/28, we're at 59.
I guess if you took the average between 83, 95 and 59, you'd come up, it would be pretty close to,
90.
yeah, it'd be a little less than that, but
Okay,
Purchases again, is it because of what our new equipments and whatnot that we need? Okay, 490.
that's a very large increase for computers.
498, our software maintenance, computer arts increase to upgrade and other software licenses.
Which one?
498, the software maintenance,
That is
okay.
computer arts.
computer arts increase for upgrade and other software licenses.
Okay,
Okay.
so I think that just leaves me with internet expense,
Mhm.
since we already approved the computer arts.
And you said the new equipment's gonna probably have to be with the new computer art stuff too.
Yeah, doesn't we have an explanation?
Okay.
Software purchases, increased costs for services and software that we're obtaining.
Any public questions or comments on the data processing budget? Okay, any other thoughts from the commission? I'd like to end today's budget session by asking Sydney, who never gets to talk. Do you have any comments on the budget? Okay, I just wanted to say I gave everybody in the room a chance.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your help today.
Yep.
I think we are past 3:00, so we need to adjourn for today. And we'll take this back up tomorrow, and we have a meeting that should have started a minute ago.